I'm not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for the Life in UK test at 565 while doing lunch training. And if you participate in lunch training, that is at your own risk. Lunch training, these are isometric squat and lunge exercises in the second part of the video. Television and radio, we want to repeat it and look if we may be able to make a presentation out of it, which we then record and publish in a separate video. There are many different TV channels in the United Kingdom. Some are free to watch, other ones need a paid subscription, and the ones free to watch have to pay for by the TV license. Programs running are, for example, Coronation Street and EastEnders, one word, EastEnders. There are many different TV channels in the United Kingdom. And shows running there are, for example, Coronation Street and EastEnders. In Scotland, there are some languages in the Gaelic language, spoken by some people in Scotland, on the Highlands and on the islands. And in Wales, there's also a Welsh language channel, Welsh language spoken in some parts of Wales by some people in Wales. And there are also in Northern Ireland programs in Irish Gaelic, a language spoken by some people in Ireland or Northern Ireland. The biggest broadcaster in the world is the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. And they are financed a little bit by state funding. Do we have no advertisement at all? Let's put it into figure. The BBC, they are getting state funding. So I'm rehearsing here the video to shoot, or at least look if you can shoot one. I think we're going to do one. So it's I'm talking and not really moderating. The BBC is the largest broadcaster in the world, and it gets a bit of state funding, but mostly it is paid through the TV license. And the TV license has to be paid by everyone who has access to television, who has an apparatus to receive television. And there are some, what's it called, reducements? Discounts. Some discounts, for example, can blind people get 50% off, and some people who are over the age of 75. But if people had to pay it, if people had an apparatus to get the TV license and hadn't paid it, they have to pay a penalty of £1,000. And there's also radio in the United Kingdom. There are regional radios just for small cities. There are some larger ones for greater areas and also smaller ones for smaller cities. There are radio stations which are playing a certain type of music genre. And there are also someone who broadcasts in Welsh, probably in Wales, and some who broadcast in Gaelic, probably also Irish Gaelic. And just as BBC broadcasting of television, the BBC radio station are funded through the TV license. There are other programs who are not part of the BBC, and they are sometimes paid through paid subscriptions or through advertisements running on them. I think that is a nice video. We try to show it now. I have a second camera, which I'm going to start now. And let's try to save it in rundown. It's not that much. So first, there are different ones, and there are different programs running. For example, Coronation Street and EastEnders. There are some in Gaelic, Welsh and Irish Gaelic. There's the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. They are receiving a bit of state funding, but they are independent of the government. And But mostly the BBC is paid for TV license. People over the age of 75 and blind people can get a discount, but someone who had to pay it, and that is everyone who has an electronic apparatus with which radio or television can be received, has to pay a penalty of £1,000. And there's radio, and there are also some radios broadcasting in Gaelic or in Welsh, and there are some specific facilities and for drones. There are other ones, and they are paid for other things. Okay, that's right. How did it start? In Britain, there are a bunch of different television broadcasters. Do we call it broadcasters or do we call it channels? In Britain, there are a bunch of different TV channels, and there are a wide variety of programs running. For example, shows are Coronation Street or EastEnders, just an example. There are programs running specifically in Scotland in Gaelic, or in Wales in Welsh, or in Northern Ireland in Irish Gaelic. And the largest broadcaster of the world, that is the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. And they are a bit paid through state funding, but they are independent of a government. But mostly they are paid through the TV license. And everyone in the United Kingdom has to pay the TV license if they have any type of electronic apparatus which can receive television. And there is a discount maybe for people who are over the age of 75 or who are blind. But everyone has to pay it, basically. There are radios, and there are specific radios for cities. There are larger radios for great areas, but there are also specific areas just for one little area, one little city. And there are also radios sending in Gaelic or Irish Gaelic or Welsh. And there are radios sending on one specific music genre. There are other television broadcasters, a part of the BBC, and if people want to watch them, they have to pay oftentimes a subscription, and they are financed more through advertisement. And that is according to the Live in UK Test Handbook, page 92 and 93. I'm going to stop the camera. And that's it with that. We probably gonna do in the next video. Why not? We have it over here. One big video about film and television and comedy, maybe even theater. If you're here for that, or something else, because it seems a bit too much, maybe something else, then you can go directly to the next video where we will continue to learn from Live in UK Test. If you're here for the lunch training, that happens now, and hopefully you're not hungry because it has nothing to do with eating. I already said it has to do with lunches. And we are warming up. We are bringing one leg up, and we are pointing the foot up. And we bring the foot up and down, up and down. And that is the greeting march drill. Foot up and down, up. Now the track igniter. Next right apart, we're breathing in and coming down. And out. And again in. And out. And again in. And out. And breathe in and close the legs. And out. Now, the first exercise. The 6-pack squat squeeze. We're going into quarter squat, legs wide apart, and we're pressing against the top of the leg. All this just with one hand. And now on the other side, against the top of the leg. Now down into half squat, and we're pressing again at the top of the leg. And the other side. And we're going down into 3/4 squat, and we're pressing close to the knee. And on the other side. And we're coming up again. And now the fastest giraffe of a water pond. Legs are standing wide apart. We're going down into 3/4 squat. We're pressing against the knee. And we are going towards the knee. Press against the knee and go towards it. Press, go towards it. And again. And the last 2 times, pressing. And oh, that propeller. Legs wide apart, down into full squat, Arms out to the side. We're going over to one side. Press against the leg with a little bend in the elbow. Look up to the other hand. Into the middle. Over to the other leg. Press against the leg. Little bend in the elbow. Look up to the other hand. In the middle and up. Now to the lunges. First 90-90 lunge. Shoulder with the back and press against the knee from the inside. And over to the other side. 90-90 lunge. Shoulder with the back and press against the inside of the knee. And over to the other side. 90 degree, 150 degree, 135 degree lunge. Shoulder with the back and we're putting the leg up. And over to the other side. 90 degree, 150 degree lunge, shoulder with the back and pull the leg up. 35 degree. And now 90 degree and 150 degree lunge, shoulder with the back and we're pulling at the top of the shin bone. And over to the other side. 90 degree, 150 degree lunge, shoulder with the back and pull at the top of the shin bone. And the last exercise is the REG jumper. Full lunge, shoulder with the back and pull again at the top of the shin bone. And on the other side. Full lunge, shoulder with the back and pull at the top of the shin bone. And now stretching. One leg with the heel onto the ground and we're pulling the toes up. On the other leg. We're doing the crab in the morning. Exercising shoulders wide apart. We're breathing in, lifting the arms up. And breathe out, bring the hands down, open the chest to the skull. Again, in the hands up. And out the hands down. Breathe in, close the hands and close the feet. And breathe out and lean back, the feet in the wind. Again, in into the middle. And out, lean again back. Breathe in into the middle. And out, we're doing the down diving dolphin. Down, down. Now bend the left knee. And now bring the heel of the right foot to the right. And turn the body to the right. Now bring the toes of the right foot to the right. And turn the body to the left. Both feet together and both legs straight, just down. Now bend the right knee. Bring the heel of the left foot to the left and turn the body to the left. Bring the toes of the left foot to the left and turn the body to the right. Both feet together, straight leg. Breathe in, doing the up diving swan, going up. Close the hands and breathe out and lower hands down. And we're doing the closing exercise. Breathe in. Out. Again in. Out. And last strong, breathe in. And out. Breathe in, close the feet. And out. That was a lunch training. I thank you very much and until next time.